Okay, so we're going to cover how to use the new knockout module. So the first thing you have to do is to go and set up your knockout, and if you navigate down the left hand side until you come to the section which says knockout, and we're going to create a new knockout. So click add new knockout. Now this assumes you've done your draw already or you've prepared your teams, and you can have either singles or foursomes or pairs, it's up to you. But the first step you do is to configure it and give the knockout competition a name. We'll call it the annual knockout. And then you put in the number of teams, and teams is either number of individuals or number of pairs if you're playing a pairs competition. Click configure, and it now creates a new knockout for you. So the first thing it does, it knows you've got 22 people playing, and it works out how many different rounds you need to get to the final. So you can change everything in this section. So we're going to change this round one. We're going to call it preliminary round. And then this will then become round one. And then we've got our quarters, our semis, and our final. Next, you can then edit and change the date that you want each match to be played by. So in this instance, I'll just quickly change these through like so. You can set anything you want in here. It's a free text field. So if you want to add any additional instructions in there, you could do. And there we go. So we set up our knockout, number of teams, and the number of rounds that will be needed to complete the competition. Then click save. And now the system generates the knockout. So great. So we've now created our knockout. Now what we have to do is enter our teams or our players. So down here you've got the knockout shortcode. I'll show you how that works in a minute. And then we've got our setup. So with 22 people, it doesn't divide by 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. So in order to get to the round one proper, we have to lose 3 people. So we've got to have 6 people, so we've got to have 3 matches here to start us off. So what you do is you enter into the boxes the names of the players that are playing. So in this case, we'll put in first player, James, and as soon as you enter it, it assumes that the person's got a bye, and it promotes them to the next round. If in fact you don't want that person to have a bye, all you need to do is put another player in against them, and it works out, okay, so that's a preliminary fixture. Go on to the next one again. We enter a player, and the player gets moved forward, and then we put in their opponent, and it moves them back into the preliminary round. And then we go for the third match. And again, it'll come back. Right, so that's our 6 players we need to put in the preliminary round. Everybody else will have a bye straight through to the next round. So the way you do that is you very simply enter it as you had before. So you put the name into the box, but this time you don't give them an opponent, and so they're automatically promoted into the first round proper. So we'll just go on quickly and complete the rest of these players. Okay, so I've shortened this process by putting them in there now for you, and we'll put in the final person, and there we go. So now we've completely populated our knockout. We've got our preliminary round and our round one completed. And all that you need to do now is click update, and that's now created your knockout. Having created the knockout in the admin area, the next thing we need to do is to put it onto a web page. So this is where the knockout shortcode is used. So you take that shortcode exactly as it is and copy it. Then we'll go to a page we've already got set up and we'll paste that shortcode into a text block on this web page. Click Update. And now that's now created a page which contains our knockout, which we can view in the front end of the website and see how the knockout looks to the society members. So this is the view that the member gets, where they see the entire competition laid out. These little magnifying glasses, because quite often the whole thing would be bigger or wider than the screen, you can simply click the magnifying glasses to enlarge or reduce particular rounds so they're not visible. And this has only got a few rounds in it. If it were wider still, you can use these buttons to scroll left and right. Okay, so here's the draw. So members come on, they look at their draw. It's James Abel and Anthony Adams see they have to play their fixture before the 18th of May, and off they go and play their fixture. Now, once they've completed the fixture, the winner comes onto the site, hovers over their name, and clicks the arrow at the end of their name, and that then pops up a box, a results box, for them to enter the score or any notes. So if it was a walkover or whatever. So this instance, we'll say that Anthony won 3-1. So you simply type in there whatever they want to do. Oh, excuse me. Pounds, 3-1. And hit confirm. This now updates the system. So it's worked out that Anthony has won that fixture. It then promotes Anthony into the next round and displays the score above it. And let's say Victoria Allen beat Robert Allen, and let's say Victoria won 4-3. For example, click confirm. And there we go. And simply, each winner in turn progresses their way through the knockout until they get to the final. That's it.